Hi everyone, my name is Kai and welcome to my review for The Green Knight, directed by David Lowery, starring Dave Patel, or Dev Patel should I say, Alicia Vikander and also Joel Edgerton. This is also the latest movie to come out from A24 Productions, and essentially it's not necessarily a movie which I thought it was going to be. But before we jump into today's review, I just wanted to say, if you wouldn't mind smashing that like button, subscribing, and helping me on my journey to reach 10 subscribers by the end of the year. Of course, only you guys can help me achieve this, so if you wouldn't mind helping me on my journey by subscribing, it'd be very much appreciated. But with that out of the way, just jump straight into today's review. So, as I already mentioned, The Green Knight wasn't necessarily a film which I was expecting it to be. Judging from the trailers, I thought it was going to be a war kind of action movie. However, what we got was a fantasy, drama, mythical, and at some stages also romantic. And I didn't feel like the trailers did its necessarily justice which we all thought it was going to be. The reason why I say this is because when you look at the reviews on IMDb, they are completely filled with a lot of hate. Majority of ratings which people have given it are 3, 4, 2 and 1. That's the majority of the ratings, and I can sort of see why that is, but I don't think that the criticism that it's actually got is well deserved. The reason why I say this is because it's not as boring as everybody says. Now, the film does have some issues. One of them is that it's very long. It comes in at around 2 hours, and for most of the part of the film, you really do feel kind of that 2 hours length coming into the film. Another thing which I guess is a bit of a negative is that despite it being having a lot of CGI, beautiful CGI should I also mention, and also brilliant cinematography and things of that nature, the cinematography which they use doesn't necessarily lead to anywhere, and you're kind of just left in a limbo of a bit like Avatar, whereby it looks stunning, but you're basically watching it for the aesthetic kind of feeling of the movie instead of the actual plot. When it comes to the plot is very, I guess you could say, unique, but not unique at the same point. The reason why I say this is because it's actually based off of a very well-known poem, whereby the main protagonist is King Grandeur, who is actually the nephew of King Edward. And essentially, this poem, or the story, should I say, is all about courage, whereby a knight comes to Camelot to challenge a group of the, I guess you could say, the round knights of England. And because of this, one of them will be asked to take on the challenge of basically defeating the knight. And in doing so, they have a year to gain their courage and basically find the, I guess, Green Knight in the forest. And in doing so, they will give up their life for whatever reason, I guess because they found courage and things of that nature. It's very convoluted as such. Now, that in itself, if the as already mentioned, if the trailer was based on that, but the trailer wasn't based on that, and you know, Dev Patel, he does a good job at what he's given. I don't think of course, everybody's gonna know him from Slumdog Millionaire, but for this movie, I guess you could say he was okay. He wasn't as ruthless, I guess, as King Edward's nephew was, but I guess you could say for this movie he did okay. I'm not necessarily familiar with the poem or anything to do with the English kind of history when it comes to the knights and things of that nature. That's not necessarily which I'm invested in, but for what it was an okay film. I wouldn't necessarily tell everybody to go and watch it because it wasn't necessarily that enjoyable. That's just coming from me. But when it comes to the overall rating of The Green Knight, I'm gonna have to give The Green Knight a 4 out of 10, and it's mainly due to the story and just due to being kind of lied to when it came to how it was, you know, presented to us. Let me know what you all think in the comment section below. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and also subscribe. It'll be very much appreciated. Of course, I do have a personal goal in mind, which I would love to reach, and that is to basically hit 10 subscribers, and only you guys can help me on my journey to achieving this. So if you wouldn't mind helping me, please do so, and I'll catch you all on my next video.